Ooh, boom! Yo, what's up? It's me, RIP, and I'm back with another reaction. You get what I'm trying to say? Last time, dead ass, I was gonna post the two reactions I filmed yesterday. I filmed the reactions yesterday. I was gonna post them today, but unfortunately, I don't know, maybe life told me, yo, don't post those videos because tell me why. I was gonna take my recording, this recording, I was gonna take this recording and send it to my laptop, but I wanted to make space before what if I send it. So when I made space, when I was deleting some shit, I deleted the fucking video, though. I deleted the footage. So I felt like an idiot. But I wasn't mad, bro. I just let the universe do its thing. That maybe the universe told me, yo, dog, you were not supposed to post that video, dog. That video was ass. Maybe the universe told me, yo, your video was ass, dog. Don't post it. You look like an idiot. I did not laugh at anything you said yesterday. If the universe says it, who am I? You know what I mean? The universe is my buddy. I've been friends with this nigga since late in 2007, April 10th. You know what I mean? Come on, bro, 19 years. Yes, sir. But today, you saw the title, most. I will be reacting to 10 WWE Jobbers who became wrestling game changers. Now, if you niggas do not know what a jobber is, for the non-wrestling people, a jobber is just another guy. Shout out Raw, kicking it with Ross, but just another guy. Like, it's just these random niggas that you see how the big people, the Braun Strowmans, you see when they get put in these matches with the random nigga that doesn't even have an entrance. Yeah, those niggas, that is a jobber. The niggas that don't even have an entrance, and they just, like, when Braun Strowman makes an entrance, the nigga is already in the ring. He's just doing this with the straps, doing this, and then it shows the name. It says Daniel Williams or some shit, or Michael Flight, like something random. It's like, who the fuck is Michael Flight? Those are jobbers. That nigga is literally going to get destroyed in 10 seconds by Braun Strowman. But I digress. You know what I mean? Your favorite wrestler can also be a jobber as well, okay? He can also be a jobber. Jinder Mahal was a jobber, and then all of a sudden he fucking beat Randy Orton and became a WWE champion, but we're not even there. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hold on! I love that beat, bro. Let's start with that thing.
From phenomenally talented enhancement workers influencing generations to easily squashed losers that eventually helped kickstart a revolution. I am Gareth, this is What Culture Wrestling, and here are 10 WWE jobbers who became wrestling game changers. Number 10, Colt Cabana. It's Scotty Goldman. Yeah, imagine reaching the promised land of WWE and being saddled with a name like that. Now, being fair, not all wrestling names are created equal. You saw Grandmaster Sexay getting over during the Attitude Era, for example. But
that shit was not creative. Shorty G, dog. What are we talking about? Come on, Vince. You guys were fucking niggas up, bro, with the name shit. Gunther, I hated Gunther. The name, now I tolerate it. Walter was good. Now I tolerate Gunther. It's okay. I tolerate it. I even call him Gunther now. That's how much I tolerate this nigga. At first, I refused to call him Gunther. I was calling him Walter, always, dog, I swear. But now it's like, okay, sure, yeah, fuck it, bro. It doesn't matter. I feel like it fits the aura now. You see, I'm growing, guys. Ice is growing. RIP is growing, doggy. You know what I mean? He's growing a little bit. Just a tad.
Scotty Goldman, as in the Gold Man. Ugh, for goodness sake. WWE didn't give independent standout Colt Cabana much of a chance when he debuted on the main roster under that guise in 2008. The dude looked every bit like a 1980s jobber from head to toe, and the special connection Colt fostered with indie fans was totally lost in the marketing jargon-rich world of Vince McMahon. He was neither stupendous nor a thrill ride, and so Scotty was doomed to fail. The good news is that Cabana went right back to tearing it up outside WWE once he was cast aside by McMahon. Arguably, he's never quite hit the heights he did in Ring of Honor pre-WWE again, but his true game-changing moment actually happened off-camera and away from the ring. Colt's Art of Wrestling podcast was a revolutionary drop-the-mic occasion for mixing both mediums. Suddenly, other podcasts started copying his laid-back style and presentation, so much so that he was later squeezed out of the conversation as the marketplace was diluted. He's since had limited success in AEW, but the streets know just how important Cabana really was to podding. The streets will not forget. They also know how bloody wonderful an act he was before WWE's wrestling name generator machine chewed him up and spat him out in front of an unenthusiastic mainstream audience. Number 9, Christopher Daniels. Respected young upstart Christopher Daniels worked 17 matches for the WWF between 1998 and 2001, but his story is a real case of what could have been. Long-standing rumors placed him as a candidate for the higher power role that eventually went to Vince McMahon. Who knows if that's 100% true, but it's a fun thought and would have been an excellent position to debut in. Working next to The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness as the Fallen Angel and potentially warring with top babyface Steve Austin? That's heaven, not hell. But it wasn't to be for Chris. Instead, his Federation opportunities dried up in 01, and he was forced to pivot harder than sitcom characters carrying a new sofa up some apartment block stairs. If you know, you know. Of course you know. Daniels persisted with his Fallen Angel guise, and it turned out to be one of the best characters on the independent scene and during Ring of Honor's earliest years. People started sitting up and taking notice of Christopher's natural blend of busy in-ring work and gimmicky promos/entrances. It was as though Ring of Honor's emerging style had fraternized with WWE's larger-than-life personality, and those seeking out alternatives away from the bigger promotions positively adored it. In a way, Daniels, as the Fallen Angel, gave others confidence to think outside the box and try some new things without the WWF/WWE's marketing might. He deserves a ton of credit for that, and there's a reason why Tony Khan respected Chris enough to give him some work behind the scenes and in front of camera in AEW. Fallen Angel? More like Rising Force. Who do you think is the most important Ring of Honor star ever, my friend? Is it Christopher Daniels or is it somebody else? You let me know in the comments down below. Number 8, Justin Credible. Imagine being a jobber called PJ Walker, who lost to such luminaries as Thurman Sparky Plug and Bastion Booger on the regular. Then finding out that you're about to get your biggest break yet by wearing what looked like a jockstrap on your head/face as you were redubbed Aldo Mont.
I'm just incredible. I'm just incredible. Am I cooking, guys? Am I cooking? I'm cooking, man. I'm cooking. Awesome, bro. I swear.
Toya, the world's most impressive Portuguese footballer. I think Cristiano Ronaldo would have a thing or two to say about that. The WWF dropped that soccer idea pronto, and Aldo became the Portuguese man of war. Was he a jellyfish? Would he win all of his matches by stinging everyone like a watery mass of nettles and pain? Actually, that would have been cooler than the outfit Paul Montoya had to sport every other week. Oh, look at that thing. By 1997, Aldo was pig sick of being crap and decided to join up with Paul Heyman's ECW Revolution, pulling the graveyard shift on syndicated TV. It proved to be a wise decision, because Paul Lee did his usual. He accentuated the positives of a performer, hid their weaknesses, and turned the revamped Justin Credible, in spite of that corny name, into an ECW World Champion. Credible was there when ECW hit national television for the first time via TNN. He was there for some of the company's best pay-per-view moments, and he was there when Heyman's outfit bit the dust and anybody of any value went scurrying off to the
just
WWF.
like who's that character from the Mac Dickey games? I think it's Mac Dickey games. Whack X, something like Whack X. I don't know, bro. He got the jeans. He's wrestling in jeans. He got the Whack X fit. I swear. Like
Things didn't exactly.
Though, in the games. If you guys have ever played Wrestling Revolution or whatever those other games.
Work out for Justin yet again, but at least he'd shown he could be an industry game changer over in the now defunct ECW. Number 7, Britt Baker. A scared, senseless-looking Britt Baker stood across the ring from squash match monster Nia Jax on the 25th of July 2016 episode of WWE Raw. Then she stared at the lights for our Nia in less than 90 seconds. In 2018, Britt showed up again for a dark match during the Mae Young Classic tapings, and in 2018, 2018, Britt showed up again for a
Oh God, I didn't even know this, bro.
match during the Mae Young Classic tapings, and on an episode of NXT where she did the honors for future MMA vampire Shayna Baszler. WWE didn't see much in Baker.
Emma was wearing those things, she was wearing the gloves. Emma was wearing the gloves. Emma was like portraying a soldier or some shit. But, like what?
During those 3 outings, clearly, but somebody else was watching. Britt became AEW's first major female success story. Technically, it was Riho who was supposed to capture the hearts and minds of the All Elite fanbase first, and she did to a lesser extent, but the Japanese star didn't have the personality that Baker cultivated. Her wonderful DMD gimmick downplayed the actual dentistry, but it gave people something to chant along with, RVD style. By May 2021, Baker was winning the still fairly underdeveloped AEW Women's title at Double or Nothing, and she rocketed to the top of the ranks as the premier female star in Khan's promotion. Some even gushed with praise for Britt getting more over than many on WWE's end, which was meant as a compliment. Sadly, things have gone seriously south for her in more recent years. Backstage controversy replaced front of house drama, and Baker hasn't worked a match for AEW since late 2024. Who knows if she'll ever be seen again, or if she'll possibly get to slap Jax about for those stiff shots in 2016, eh? Nobody can take away that glorious AEW rise, though. Nobody. Number 6, Matt Jackson. You've surely forgotten this, or are learning about it for the very first time here, but Matt Jackson did the job for Big Show in a last man standing match on the 17th of October 2008 edition of SmackDown. Before that, Matt also lost to Chuck Palumbo on the 22nd of February 08 episode. He counts both bouts as amongst the greatest of his sparkling career. Okay, no, not really, obviously. Back then, Jackson was just another enhancement worker who was scared to death of powerhouses like Palumbo and giants like Show. He was written as the kind of guy who just bagged groceries down at the local supermarket all day.
Ain't this the nigga from AEW? Like the who's this guy? The two tag teams, the Wild Boys, the niggas that be spamming the fucking super kick, dog. That spam the super kick. Super kick every time. Super kick. And it's not, bro, that shit, like, their super kick takes like 1 HP, dog. I swear, it takes like 2 HP, 1 HP. Weakest super kick of all time.
For pulling on some boots and almost being choke-slammed out of them by Paul White. Years later, they would shake hands backstage at AEW as peers. If anything, the incoming White wanted to stay in the good graces of Jackson, because he holds a lot of sway behind the curtain in All Elite. It's funny how things work out, huh? No one could have guessed that this long-haired Hardy Boy wannabe would go on to revolutionize the tag team game with his brother Nick as the Young Bucks. They're still going strong today, but it was that blistering Bullet Club rise in New Japan post WWE and TNA that really made the Bucks worth paying attention to. Side note, Nick has also appeared in WWE alongside his brother as a DX parody, but that was similarly short-lived and didn't lead to contracts. Triple H fancied signing them up in 2018, but the rules had changed. The Jacksons, not those Jacksons, were printing cash by then. Okay, before you go any further, my friend, be sure to tap that subscribe button to get even more of these fantastic What Culture Wrestling videos in your life. Number 5, Raven. Whether he was Scotty the Body, no relation to Jesse Ventura, or Johnny Polo, this dude definitely stood out in the WWF of the early 1990s, and not for wholly positive reasons. Scotty/Johnny always stuck out like a sore thumb when wrestling matches or stalking ringside as a manager, and he reportedly got into hot water with Vince McMahon for partying with Shane through the week. Thankfully, Shano was saved by those paragons of virtue known as the Mean Street Posse. God bless Joey Abs. In Abs we trust. Alright, enough of the joking around. There was nothing jokey about Polo's reinvention as Raven in ECW following another lame duck spell in WCW. Capitalizing on the popularity of the grunge movement was shrewd, and so Raven turned into wrestling's very own walking, talking incarnation of Kurt Cobain. He genuinely looked like he'd just strolled off stage after refusing to do an encore for fears of being labelled a corporate sellout. Eric Bischoff wouldn't love of the Raven character once Scotty returned to WCW, which is a shame, but it was an industry-shaking gimmick in Paul Heyman's cult promotion. Maybe that owed a lot to the grungy feel of ECW, or perhaps Raven was just ridiculously good. The truth probably sits somewhere in the middle. Regardless, going from putting Coco Beware over in dark matches before Superstars tapings, to working some of the most controversial angles ever alongside the Sandman and Tommy Dreamer in the Land of Extreme, turned Raven into one of wrestling's coolest creations. Number 4, Jon Moxley. The Death Riders would be the Dead on Arrival Riders if Jon Moxley still had that, "Hey Ma, look, I want to be in Cold Chamber 2" pink hairdo. Look at that thing. It is wild to think that Jon Moxley worked enhancement matches for WWE in 2006 and 2007 looking like that.
His he stomps out the fucking. He stomps all the fucking 50 stairs or something. Boom, 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 boom. And then when he gets into his room, he has to yell just one time, "I hate you guys!" Boom! For no fucking reason. Runs, jumps into the bed, and goes to the pillow. That's the type of shit they be doing in the movies. And I mean, yeah, YouTube, it's a satire, YouTube satire.
Mean wannabe punk rocker facial expressions would have had select fans rolling in the aisles back then. Batista, he was not. The good news is that Jon eventually became a different kind of animal when he received quite the reprieve as part of The Shield in 2012. He'd already been earning plaudits for his work in FCW before that, but The Shield burst onto the scene as one of the most...
I hated these niggas, bro. When these niggas arrived in WWE, they were beating everyone, bro. They were beating everyone's ass. They were fucking every nigga up, dog. They were fucking every nigga up. I remember they beat up John Cena, bro. I was so pissed, bro. I swear, I was fucking red. I was like, what the fuck are these security guards, dog? Who is these niggas? Go back to work. Why y'all niggas wilding? Jump these niggas. God, I was 6 years old. 6, 7 years old, bro. You get me? I was really I was telepathically telling the people, the wrestlers in the back, jump these 3 niggas, bro. Jump them, please, guys. Kofi, pull up. Randy, where you at? They were beating every single nigga up. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think in 2017, they did get jumped. And guess what happened? These 3 niggas have plot armor. They beat everyone's ass. They did get jumped. In that one episode of Raw, if you guys remember, they did get jumped, dog. These niggas have plot armor. The fuck?
Most must-see acts of its generation. Things would eventually flatter to deceive for the renamed Dean Ambrose, though. He was sick to his stomach of WWE and Vince McMahon by the time he stuck a middle finger up at sports entertainment in 2019, and went off to debut with a bang at AEW's first Double or Nothing pay-per-view shortly thereafter. How the guy with the pink hair and goofy as all hell facials went from teaming with a worker called Dick Rick on C-Show Heat to joining Tony Khan's Revolution is anyone's guess. What a ride it's been for Moxley, eh? And he isn't finished yet. He's very much an in-emergency break-glass solution for TK in AEW, which has been the case for many, many years now. Currently, he's living his best life as the leader of his own faction, and people will be talking about that Double or Nothing debut forever. Hell of a run. Number 3, the Hardys. Both Matt and Jeff Hardy worked as singles jobbers in the mid-1990s before coming together as tag team jobbers after that. They conjured up images of the Rockers during an era when that definitely was not cool. Tag acts like the New Age Outlaws were cutting edge, whereas Shawn and Marty's Party Boy antics were considered old hat. Being compared to them, presentation-wise, was not exactly favourable. By 1999, the Hardys were sowing seeds to become one of the most impactful teams of their generation. Their high-risk style provided a template others still follow today. Seriously, it's like pro wrestling training schools just said, watch Jeff dive off ladders and Matt bump through tables, then called it a class, gave everyone certificates, and off they went into the world. It is easy to see Jeff's style in modern warriors like WWE's Javon Evans today. He was only born in 2004, so missed the rise of the Hardys, but he might have watched footage of Jeff and Matt latterly and been motivated to get bouncy. He is, after all, one of pro wrestling's bounciest bouncy boys. Alongside the Dudleys and other tag acts like Edge and Christian, the Hardys changed expectations for the tag game in bigger companies. Their TLC bouts became stuff of legend overnight, and it was Matt and Jeff's willingness to put their bodies through hell that contributed hugely to reshaping what was demanded of doubles action. These siblings had even less fear than Penta. From holding open doors at King of the Ring to becoming one of the most over acts in the business. What a trip. Number 2, AJ Styles. Not many could have foreseen AJ Styles going from TNA Wonder to WWE Hall of Famer in 2002. But this examination stretches further back than even total non-stop action. In 2001 and into early 02, AJ wrestled 3 enhancement matches for the then WWF. One against Rick Michaels on Jacked/Metal, another against the Hurricane on the same weekly, and then one against Rico before Sunday Night Heat was taped. It was a whirlwind experience for Styles, but there's a lovely bit of real-life love to his story. AJ reportedly knocked back the chance to pursue a developmental deal with the company because he didn't want his wife to uproot her career dreams and move to accommodate it. What a guy. That fabulously lovely gesture would pay off years down the road. Perhaps Styles knew he could dazzle in an upstart division like TNA and then eventually fight his way back into WWE's good graces. Or maybe he didn't even think of that at all and only had eyes for the love of his life. Either way, it shows he's a class act, doesn't it? TNA was really kind to him after that, and a stint in New Japan post-Impact led to Bullet Club thrills that caught WWE's attention big time. His 2016 Royal Rumble debut lives long in the memory, and so does everything that happened after that, from feuds with John Cena to WWE title wins and a retirement versus Gunther at the 2026 Rumble. AJ Styles has influenced countless young wrestlers since those X Division days in TNA. Now, working at WWE's Performance Center, he can continue that phenomenal work. Number 1, Mick Foley. 1980s Jack Foley wasn't going to make it in the World Wrestling Federation, and the single most important figure in the industry at that time didn't think Mick Foley would in the 1990s either. Vince McMahon viewed Mick as a means to break JR's heart when the iconic announcer suggested that the WWF hire Cactus Jack in 1996 so he could work as a different kind of rival for The Undertaker. McMahon guffawed and only slapped a green light on the idea so Jim Ross would be humbled. Yeah, that didn't happen. As Mankind, Foley showed everyone what he was capable of. By 1997, he was firmly entrenched on the roster. By 1998, he was cheating death with some of the scariest bumps ever during a legendary Hell in a Cell clash with Taker at King of the Ring. Mick went from journeyman WWF jobber being walloped by the British Bulldogs and Kamala to hardcore pioneer who also doubled as a best-selling author. His rollercoaster journey remains one of wrestling's most charming, not least because Fed producers couldn't decide between Jack or Nick Foley when airing his job matches on television. Soon, nobody will be left in any doubt what he was called. Mick turned into one of the most beloved wrestlers of all time, baby, and he got to live out dreams he'd held since seeing Jimmy Snuka leap off a steel cage in Madison Square Garden as a teenager. McMahon was wrong. It's as simple as that. Foley did have it in him to succeed in his company, and he proved that 100 times over. Good for you, Mick. Now carry on your YouTube journey by tapping on another What Culture Wrestling video right here. Oh, you won't regret it. I'm telling you. See you soon.
Yeah, and that was the video.
There's something.
That was the video, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. W video though. I'm about to see you in the next one. You hear me? Don't go too soon. Wait for the next one. Bye.